Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Gordon, AI developer extraordinaire, launching his first SaaS product, Docsurf AI. Cracked young man here on this other end of the call with me. Gonna showcase to us what Docsurf is, how it can help you, and as well as his landing page. I love his landing page personally, so I really can't wait for showcase this to us today. Raheem, can you tell us more about yourself and what you do, as well as like what Docsurf is?
Docsurf is basically a platform that you can write with AI. Oftentimes I would use Notion as well as ChatGPT, and I decided to just combine them, making it a lot easier. You don't have to switch between tabs. And also try to emulate what Cursor has done, the AI code editor. For people that don't code a lot, most people don't code, it's that there's a larger user base that I could benefit from. So I was just trying to do something with that combination.
I've seen the demo before. You sent me, small snippets here, and I've seen the growth, bro. It's insane that from version 0 to it's now, people don't even know how like insane it is. But I want you to share your screen, bro, and take us through Docsurf AI. It's like, hey, take us through that, man. Let's go.
All right, so the front page. So how my app was built was I leveraged a lot of different open source code, right? So not everything is built by me. So there's a lot of mixing and matching depending on what I like, and then I use Cursor on top of that to customize it. I'm also pretty good at CSS, so I have no trouble doing that. So we have the front page, the nav bar. We can go into the responsiveness as well.
That's sick.
Yeah, there's also a lot of CN websites. They have different blocks for them. So that's where you could also go for more inspiration or different components such as this. You can see a few animations here and there. That's done with the motion library.
Was it Framer Motion that you used?
Yeah, Framer.
Okay. So for those of you who are listening, Framer Motion, and you're not particularly technical, Framer Motion is a JavaScript library, so it's like a combination of code that we can use to easily have like sick animations on our website. So, yeah, like you're saying, right?
Yeah. So this is it.
Okay. What I want to talk to you about, could you scroll up a little bit? Like, how did you get that layered like feature right here? To me, this was like so cool. Like I was playing, you wouldn't believe how long I was just fiddling with this. Was it like the CSS you were talking about before, or was it like some kind of like AI prompting magic that you like did here?
Yeah, this is CSS. Basically, it's a position absolute. Yeah, and that would take it out of the DOM, and then you can just position it wherever you would like it, so it wouldn't interrupt anything HTML stuff.
Okay, that is so. I am also new to web development. Like this is the first. Like I think I told you before. Like I'm from a data science background, right? So all this web stuff is so new to me. But I'm loving it so far, bro. Yeah. So this is the landing page.
Yeah.
Sick, sick. All right, take us into that, man. Let's see the grand reveal.
Right here we have either email or Google.
Yes,
For
I
now,
love Google
yeah.
sign-in. Do you plan on adding more features other than like a Google sign-in?
I would like to add one more, but I'm not sure which platform most people would be using.
Yeah.
And the old people use Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah, a lot of people still use Facebook. I'm not sure. I would like to make the app a lot more general, so anybody can use it, not just people that were tech savvy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what yet, but I think this is good for now.
Yeah, no, Google, like 90% of the world runs on Google, am I right? So I'm not surprised. I was just curious. All right, let's go in. So how difficult was it? Like I must tell you, bro, like when I was trying to set up Auth for one of my previous apps, it was actually hell on earth to get that thing set up. How hard was it, or easy, rather, for you to get user authentication up and running?
It wasn't very hard. I used this new
So it's a
library.
skill issue.
I also have a beta experience, so it's not like
Okay.
yeah. And also, as I said, I use a lot of open source stuff. So it would come with the basics, and while playing with the basics, you'll learn a lot about what's going on and how to customize it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just copy and paste, and it's already done. So that as well.
Okay.
So I would say you should go online a lot, GitHub, feature as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at the different projects that people are sharing.
Yeah.
They will also come with like the best practices as well. So if you try to hack it together, you might not do certain stuff properly. So with the open source, the code is usually very clean.
Okay, so I'll be sure to check that out. Take us through that, man. Like, what's going on here?
So you asked about the color.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
this
sick.
is using tweak scene.
Mm-hmm.
We have the shot scene under it, and then the tweak scene. No, we can use that to just
Oh,
change
wow.
different colors.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
So while using Notion, there you can
Mm-hmm.
only change the fonts. With this, you can change a lot more, the buttons, everything.
Oh, this is sick. Oh, this
Even
is just showing you how like you can easily integrate with other like Shadsi and stuff. Oh, this is sick.
yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. This is my favorite color personally. These
Mm-hmm.
are this. All right, so we have the search, trash, regular features. That's a writing app would need. Over here we have the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Into. Well, let's start with some of the AI features.
Yeah, sounds
I
good.
could start writing, and then I would press Control space, and it would auto-complete it. Or I could just
Yeah.
start from scratch.
Okay.
Yeah, it would just generate a random sentence.
Okay, so let me understand then. So let's say also it takes in the context, right, of what you've written
Yeah,
previously and then generates.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
So it detected that it was an email from the greeting, and then you can just keep writing. The more stuff you add relating to what you want to actually write, the more context you would have, and then the more related the information that's generated would be.
Okay, okay, sick.
But also, if you want to specify as well what exactly you want the AI to do, you
Oh,
can
okay.
write it here. So I could say 500 lines.
Oh, okay. That is sick.
I guess the difference is
Andrews, yeah.
accept.
Okay. And it takes that into consideration.
Yeah. I have the basic formatting.
Mhm. And all of this was built on top of like pre-existing open source material you're saying?
Yeah. The text editor is from TikTok.
Okay.
Not sure if you're familiar with it.
No, I'm not. Could you break that one down for us?
If I go to a new tab, could you see it?
Let me see. No, I can't see it.
Or I'm try to share the entire screen.
Mm-hmm. You say name Tip Top or Top Tip?
TikTok.
Okay. Tip Top.
So they give you a basic
Mm-hmm.
template, and there's also a bunch of different blocks
Okay.
that you can add and customize them how you want.
Yeah.
So like this floating section,
Yeah.
there are other open source software where people have implemented it, and you can just get this floating part and then add in my custom button.
Okay.
Build this overlay.
Okay. Oh, and it already comes with everything built in. Oh, that's sick. So you didn't have to build everything from scratch, which is cool.
Yeah.
I'd imagine this would have taken another 6 months if you had to do all of that by scratch.
All right, yeah.
Easily. Okay then.
So I wanted it to be very close to Microsoft Word
Mm-hmm.
or Google Docs, so you can just use this instead of it.
Yeah.
So I tried to add tables.
Yeah, superscript, subscript. Okay.
Yes.
Really trying to tackle home a lot of the essentials that are needed within a text editor.
Right.
Okay, that's sick. Oh, and you can change the name as well from there, that new document.
Yep.
Okay.
Off here.
Crazy. Crazy seeing all of this come together. So showcase now since you have the tab open, right? So what do you want to explore, Raheem? So how does that one work? That's what I'm really interested in as well.
It's basically a regular chat. So
Mhm.
you have ChatGPT right at your fingertips while you're typing. So I could say generate an essay on dogs.
Streaming in? That's sick. So
Yeah.
there's the text streaming in here.
And look at this. I could refresh the page. All right.
Oh, okay.
And it's still finished.
And it's still there. Nice.
Let me
Also, you
check
have you have a persistence kind of feature
Yeah.
going on there. Okay, that's it, man. I remember, if I remember correctly on your Twitter, you said you used convex, right? Like the backend was convex.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. What I love about it is the fact that if while it was streaming, you could have refreshed as well, and it still would have been going, if I remember correctly, right? Oh, that's sick. I'm probably gonna start using Convex now. So seeing it in person now is kind of crazy. Oh, and you have this. Okay.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite features from Notion.
Oh, being able to collab across docs.
Yeah. So oftentimes I would be on two different devices.
Mm.
So I would be coding on one device and the next device would be for research.
Mm-hmm.
But this should help a lot with that.
Also able to like bounce between like web app and then your phone easily just sync across devices.
Yeah. There's also version history.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it has different triggers when it detects a big change. So this is what we were writing earlier.
Mm-hmm.
This is the desktop view. It's also very responsive.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing. You went crazy with the responsiveness, man.
Yeah. Oh, I say front end is my forte.
You don't say.
It's very shareable. Like if you're making an
Mhm.
app, you can share it with your grandmother. You can share a database or an API with your grandmother.
No, that is so true. Can you send it to me on WhatsApp? Can we test that? I would love to see it on my phone. My
Um,
phone's very old and slow. I'd love to see it on my phone. Could you send me this? Could you send me this link? Is that possible? Is that possible?
to see the doc.
Yeah, could I see the doc?
The doc isn't shareable right now. You have
Oh,
to.
not sure.
Yeah. Soon. That's actually my next feature.
Also, what's on your roadmap for Docsurf? Like, if someone's looking at Docsurf right now and they're like, "Yo, this is sick." Like, what else can they expect from it going forward?
So after being shareable,
Mm-hmm.
the next thing I wanted to add was to let the AI generate edits that you could add to the document. So the context of the document or the PDF. PDF would be after, so you can also work with PDF. The AI would have access to it, and you can either ask it questions. So there are actually entire tools about being able to talk to a PDF. So this would be just one of the features that's available.
Okay, that's sick. Oh,
So
so let me understand then. Just a while ago, you did something cool. You're able to bring over the text. Oh, when you click copy, does it copy it over directly, or do you have to control C, control V?
you have to control
Oh,
paste.
okay.
So that's what I'm gonna work on next.
Next, okay.
There's also a search feature.
Mm-hmm. So kind of like context of the web.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Is this web search powered by Perplexity by any chance?
It's by two stuff.
Oh,
So
really?
Firecrawl and
Mm-hmm.
Tavili.
Okay, sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Tavili instant go-to for everything.
Yeah, I
Okay.
also got some free credits.
Same. I have like 10,000, I have like 100,000 Firecrawl credits thanks to shout out to Bolt.new when they're having that competition. They just give away stuff. I got like 3 months of 11 labs. It's crazy.
So the data is up to date. Something
Yeah.
that's also on ChatGPT. So you won't be missing that feature.
Mm.
So the information would actually make sense instead of the AI hallucinating.
Mm.
Not only that, you can generate images,
Okay.
charts.
We have to do the astronaut on the horse. We have to do that one. That's
What,
like that's like the hello world of image generation.
what do you say was?
An astronaut on a horse. That's like what every single AI model like is like. That's what you test. It's like the hello world of image generation. Oh, I
Um,
love this animation, by the way. I love the CSS craziness going on here.
yeah.
Oh, this is sick, bro. Okay. And I saw that you had Flux. What's this? Stable Diffusion. Okay, Flux.
So it's
Sick.
mainly the cheap models right now because all of this is free.
Mm,
I'm trying to get users. So later on, I would add the more expensive models like Claude,
mm-hmm.
Gemini 2.5
Yeah.
Pro, stuff like that. It would probably be behind a paywall though.
No, it'd have to be. I mean, that's totally understandable. What's your price range looking like for something like this that you built out?
I would say about $12 a month.
$12 a month. That's more than reasonable.
Yeah.
Forgetting all those expensive models. Astronaut on a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Bro, this is sick so far. Yeah, there it is. That's so cool. Are you able to download that image and put it within? Oh, okay. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
So I was just about to ask, can you put the images inside of the documents as well? Okay. Oh, this is sick. Oh, and there's the angel now. Bro, that's sick.
I
That
guess
is true.
because I'm on the free tier, it took a minute to generate.
No, bro, that's fine. That's so fun. Okay. No, I'm loving this. Take me through now. How do you, for instance, go about in your development processes, right? Because you said it before at the start of the episode, right? You're just like, oh, I use Cursor and to help out and open source libraries, right? Could you take persons through like how you develop, for instance, to showcase like the power of Cursor? Because if you think about it, doing this on your own would have taken at least a year and require funding. But now you did this on your own on like what, $20 a month subscription to Cursor, right? Take us through your development process, bro.
All right, so the first thing that I needed for this to work was
Mm-hmm.
the sidebars. That was very hard to set up by myself. So what I did was search through the internet and then went up with this. With like just the sidebars with nothing in them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
After that, I would try to break up what I want to achieve into pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with the sidebar. This is from Shotzian. Pretty easy to add. So let's go to Shotzian in case anybody don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I copied this
Yeah.
over the dialogue as well. So I just went through, go to different websites. We have other websites like this one.
21st Dev. I was actually fun fact. I was actually on this right before because I'm updating my website as well.
So
Yeah.
building good UI is not hard. You can
Mm-hmm.
get these easily, but it take a little bit of work in order to make the design look congruent.
Mm.
Yeah.
How do you tackle that? Like how do you tackle like consistent design with AI development?
So I also use Figma a lot.
So you're telling us you're a multifaceted man, coder and designer. All right, we're going. All right.
Logo,
Mm-hmm.
you have the brainstorming section.
Yeah.
So you can see what I was thinking of from the beginning. So start
Right.
sidebar, some folders, different apps. I would take inspiration from as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see I was just hacking together some pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And then over time, as I said earlier, a lot of
Right.
iteration. So inspiration just come up and I'm like, let me try that, let me redesign that.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you'd want to release it up quickly, I just couldn't help myself. So now it looks something similar to this. This was an earlier chat I was considering.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about experimenting.
Yeah.
And Tailwind also make it very easy to add classes and such.
Mm-hmm. And what do you mean by when you say Tailwind? What are you talking about there?
So Tailwind CSS, you can easily, instead of writing a CSS file, there's a class name. You can easily add the CSS right here.
Okay.
Yeah, and with images, you can also give cursor images. And since the models are trained on a lot of Tailwind, it's very easy for them to take an image of something and then try to generate something close to it.
Yeah. How much of this project would you say then was generated by code, like from Cloud Cursor versus yourself?
So while editing this, there's a lot of stuff I had no clue about because it's from stuff they spent years developing this. So
Right.
it's 80% of the chat is from Cursor.
Mm-hmm.
It's 50% is Cursor, 40% is just copy paste code, especially from other open source projects, and then the rest is me.
Okay. Okay. I think to be honest, that's what I think the future development is gonna be like. Even more so when some models are getting much better. Like it's almost insane. For me, it's around 80% as well, I must admit. Like for a lot of the front end, it's 100% AI for me. But
Yeah.
like back end, like I do a similar approach to you, right? Where I combine copy paste, I use my own knowledge from my years of development, right? And then whatever, Cloud spits out and I review. So I think it's pretty sick. Could you actually take us through, like, do you have any Cursor workflows? Could you take us through, because you showcased Cursor earlier? Like, is there
What do
anything
you
in
mean
Cursor?
by workflow exactly?
Like, for instance, is there any specific Cursor rules or any kind of prompting strategies that you use within Cursor you could showcase as well to persons? Like how you
Yeah,
got this working?
I always use rules. So
Mhm. Take us to like what is what is this?
So the cursor rule is basically guidelines that the AI can reference in order to not generate garbage code, make sure it's maintainable at least a little bit. So you can specify certain stuff that you want it to always do. For example, think of security.
Mhm.
Make sure it doesn't repeat itself. So you, instead of repeating a variable multiple times or repeating a text multiple times, it would put it in a variable. It would organize the files properly. So right here, it's mainly just convex stuff.
Mhm.
So convex is the database that I'm using.
Yeah.
So we have stuff like how to generate a schema,
Mhm.
an internal mutation, basically a function inside of convex.
Yeah. And when you say function, could you explain to the viewers what function is for those who are non-technical?
Uh, how would I, how would I even explain that?
Very good. That's actually a good question. Like we know what it is, but it's like to talk to like my mom about that. It's like, So like, if I was to talk to my dad or my mom about what a function, I would say it's like a chunk of reusable code.
All right.
Yeah, I'd say it's more that. But
All
I'm
right.
loving it. Your rule is massive, by the way, my guy. I must admit.
Yeah. It's actually from convex.
Oh, it's
It's
from
not-
Congress themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So since convex is relatively new, then the models haven't been trained on it a lot. So this would help them. So
Yeah,
you have to take that into consideration. So basically, React could be the AIs would do very good on React.
for sure.
By React, I mean the framework. So coding with React would be very easy. If I were
Yeah.
to use something else like Svelte, um, Angular, Vue, the models would be so trained on React that and also Next.js that it would try to write those code even though I'm using a different framework.
Really? That's what you found in your experience?
Yeah, so
Wow, that's
that's
crazy.
also one reason for the rules
Mm-hmm.
that I have. So the AI actually know what I want. A little bit.
Because I mean, these models largely is just really fancy autocomplete. They don't have any thinking or reasoning. We have
Right.
to kind of. It's the reason why we even have to prompt them in the first place, right? So okay, bro, that's just sick. Yeah, that's the cursor view right here.
I guess I can try to find an example of how I use cursor.
Yeah, I would love to showcase that to persons. Because it's funny, like the other day I was speaking to a guy who's experimenting in code, and I was telling him about Cursor. He's like, "Yo, there's no way there's a tool that you can use and get full production code." And it's like, look, we have Docsurf AI now, don't we? So yeah, if you could showcase, how Cursor was able to, take a modification you wanted to make or a debugging situation, like an error happened or something. You could just show us.
All right, so
Mm-hmm.
what I wanted to set up, I worked on this last night till like 2 hours ago. What I wanted to set up was onboarded emails. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an open source project called the Midday, and they have this function right here that can schedule emails. So first they have the welcome email, and then it would wait 3 days, then send getting started, so certain tips or what's possibly in the app.
Mm-hmm.
Also others like trial expiries, stuff like that. So first I got the good code right here, and then I would now go over to cursor, paste the entire code in a file,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say I want to implement this in convex. Something. So this is actually using a third-party software called Trigger Dev in order to do the scheduling.
Okay.
And I was also trying to do Trigger Dev in here, but it was very tedious. And as I was coding along as well and iterating, I actually found out that Convex also does scheduling.
Okay.
Right? So as I was editing, we gave suggestions. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very specific in the prompts, and then
Yeah.
I also paste like demo code. So I said I need the help with the setup, we should trigger the onboard user in create user. Right? So auth, every time a user is created, this would run. Create user, but first we need to fix up the onboard user function because that it had errors. Remove the super base stuff, use convex. This is how the tasks are triggered. I have to specify it. Instead of the more information you give the AI, the better it would perform, right? Because there's a limited context window. There's a limited amount of stuff it can understand at the same time. So the more you give it, the less it has to go somewhere else. So we have some search right here, enabled web search. So that's one less thing it would have to search for.
Okay.
And these stuff, in order to save costs, Cursor wouldn't just let the model to search every single website, find everything. And also, even if it does search every single website in the world, it will get confused because it's just too much information.
Yeah, so it's gonna
Yeah,
hash out nonsense at that point.
we definitely have to be specific. So I told it how to trigger the task.
Okay. Okay, that's sick. So really specificity, or being specific rather, definitely can generate some non-trash code. It's looking like it's
All right. So onboard user, it would get the user from the database, run convex query,
yeah.
we would get the user's name and split it. So first name and then the rest, and then we join the rest for the last name.
Yeah. And this is what you're saying is code generated by Cursor, right?
Right.
Okay.
Along with the open source. So what I'm basically trying to do is to just mix the open source with Cursor and then ask it to let it work with my code.
Nice. Nice. So you're able to, like, it's funny because you're saying earlier you're able to refactor so fast. And just like that. Like, imagine doing this on your own, man.
Yeah, you'd have to go through a bunch of documentation and bugs possibly.
Possibly. You mean bugs. You mean bugs.
Yeah.
You mean bugs.
So here was doing some refactoring and
Yeah. Automatic refactoring. And how tell persons how long did that refactoring take? Did it take weeks? Did it take days? Or did it take a few seconds?
took an hour or max.
An hour max. Can you believe that?
So you can read the documentation. So yeah.
Pulls up an actual link. Wow, look at that. That's crazy. You know, you're showing me up here because I admittedly haven't been pushing like actual working code into it. I'm just kind of smashing it a bit for front end. So I'm gonna start doing that. Like that actually makes so much sense because sometimes I'm just like, just shift the element to the left, bro, please. Like I'm gonna lose my job if I don't get this. And it's like that makes so much sense. I'm gonna start doing that definitely. So thank you for that, bro.
That would trigger me. Let me see if I can find another example. Okay, so this is open source software. And what I wanted to do was create my own version. So I copied the entire code from the repository on GitHub. This is what it looked like. So welcome to midday, etc., etc. Let's look at mine.
Welcome to Docsurf. That's sick.
Yeah, so there are similarities. I didn't want this footer section. I didn't want some of these, so I changed up the design a little bit. So this would just be like version 1. The front end text is also a little different. This would be like version 1, right? You let Cursor get the code from somewhere else, a code base that actually knows what it's doing. because like I've never worked in the React email. That's what's creating the email that you're here. So instead of writing raw HTML, CSS, you can put React code right here, and it will turn it into what we're seeing. So yeah, you get the actually good code, and then you let it refactor it. And then as you go along, if you see certain stuff where you prefer, or maybe there's a different app now that also have something good.
Dub.co. Yeah, Dub is so sick.
So you can get a lot of different examples of stuff. Maybe you want this section, or you want this section. So you now go to the open source software. Dub here as well. email. So this is also something else. We could paste both of them into cursor. And then we would say, no, we want this section or that section. And you can also say, no, search through my entire code base and understand the context of what's actually going on. And then we will refactor the email to talk about our project. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
Something like that, it could take like 2-3 hours. We can do it in a few minutes.
Yeah, exactly. A few seconds, to be honest. Like, it's just gonna grep and just search. It's just gonna search through your database and be, okay, this is what's going on and stuff like that. Okay, man.
Alright. So we talked about something that's not that hard, but in terms of the text editor, right? Sometimes with this prompt I'm afraid. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and sometimes another important point is you might have a solution, right? But it's not very efficient. Let's say when I write something, right? Instead of letting it refresh the entire editor every time you type a letter, or save, it doesn't save every single time you type a text or a letter, right? So certain stuff like that, in terms of efficiency, you would have to go through because cursor could easily make mistakes. So I say when you're coding, you need to understand at least 50% of what's going on. Because imagine I was some newbie and I was saving to the database every single time you type a text.
Insane.
That would drive up the cost, possibly even crash it. Right? So with my knowledge of development and the cost of making a request every time you type a text, I decided to use a debounce. So while you're typing, nothing is saving, and then you would wait a second and a half before actually saving anything. So it's certain stuff like that cursor might overlook, where you need at least a little bit of knowledge.
Okay.
It's like a little bit of common sense. Really.
Developer sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So,
Okay.
I would recommend for development for production code if you're just pasting and you don't know what's going on.
Any other recommendations you have for the audience? Like anything for them to check out for sure?
So we can talk about debugging. So there are certain points when you're coding where you're just stuck completely. I would say sometimes they can just nuke the entire thing, because if you're using cursor on top of bad code, it would just generate more bad code, or it would try to add on to the bad code when the underlying problem is still there. So I would say you can delete the entire file and just start over sometime. And then as you're iterating and you're also learning what's actually going on, that's when you can now decide which of the generated codes is better.
Okay.
Sometimes you also have to Google search on your own, so you can't just depend on cursor all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge. Yeah,
So you have certain rare bugs where you have to be going to GitHub issues, seeing what solutions others had for the problem.
Give you an example. Like what happened to me recently. Firecrawl, their Python SDK. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I have to look up the GitHub issues myself, but it just wasn't working for me. So I had to get down in the code and make some post requests using requests. And it's like, sometimes these things do happen. So I agree with you in the sense that for sure you definitely need like at least like even if it's like a millimeter of knowledge, at least some common sense, as you were saying before, as to how to develop and what exactly you're looking for. So sometimes what I do a lot of the times before I begin like a project and I'm tackling like something new like Firecrawl, when I was doing Firecrawl for the first time, I just read the docs myself, just to get familiar. Just say, okay, this is what's expected to return. All right, cool. This is what I'm expected to get. This is what an error looks like. This is what the code accepts. This is what the functions are. That's what the reusable code is, right? So definitely I agree with you in that regard, for sure, man. So
in a case like that, what I would do, just go search for some open source software, to be honest. I wouldn't try to filter through all of that.
Yeah, that's right.
Once you get the foundation, so it could even be in a different language or a different framework, and cursor can refactor it.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So another tip I thought about just now, a lot of people have said this, but I just want to reiterate. Cursor can do everything. So especially not at the same time. Maybe you can do everything, but not at the same time. So you don't want to focus on one thing at a time. So you can just say, below this entire front page. I mean, don't make any mistakes.
Yes, yes, it will definitely not make any mistakes. It's crazy, bro.
Yes. So
Yeah.
let's to build this sidebar,
Mm-hmm.
right? You would first focus on making this section, or maybe even half of this section.
Mm-hmm.
Put that into one prompt, or you might have certain stuff that you'd also have to fix, but make it more digestible. So work on these buttons first, and then these buttons. Make sure that them work. Then we move on to this page, and
How do
then
you,
move
so
on
how do
to
you, how do you test if it works? So you just said you need to check if it works. How do you test for working code?
manual testing.
Manual testing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not using a testing library or anything like that. So what I'm basically saying is, um, the AI can only understand so much.
Mm,
So you have to hold its hand as much as possible. Make it as easy as possible for it to get it right.
that's sick. Is there anything else you want to cover for Docsurf, bro? Anything else you want to mention or talk about before we head off?
This right here, we also in the settings.
Oh, we have a settings page. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
and
Get us throw me to the side. Oh, wow, so it actually tracks. What? You have usage. Oh, that's nice. Bro, that's so clean.
so we just used Flux
Yeah.
a couple days ago. 3 days ago, we were using 4.4 Gemini Flash. You can see the token distribution. Most people not gonna understand what this is.
Yeah.
So
But for those who know, they know.
yeah, this more easier for understand.
And for those of you who don't know, tokens are largely it's just a group of words, like 3 to 4 words, right? So when somebody says 1,000 tokens, it's like 3 to 4 words divided by 1,000, right? So that's largely the idea there. I see there's a customization. Also, you can give it like things that it should always remember within the section.
Right. So this is also similar to ChatGPT. I wanted to make the transition as seamless as possible, so you're not gonna miss ChatGPT that much.
I'm not missing it already, to be honest.
You can also export the document. All right.
Okay.
Let's try exporting.
It actually comes up as a word file. Okay, that's sick.
I guess it's not required now. One more bug.
Yeah, one more bug to put on the issues board. Oh, that's fine, man. But the fact that you're able to even get that exporting is amazing regardless. I should let you know. Or you can give.
Feedback. This is another product where you can get all the feedback. So if you have anything that you want to recommend, you can put it here.
I want to be the first one on your feedback board. Good. All right, man.
So
All right.
yeah, that's basically it. I wanted to make it very simple. So something like Notion, there's a million features. So I would get like, what's the word? I get just frustrated because there's so much stuff there on my face at the same time.
Yeah.
I have Notion AI, we have
Inbox.
inbox, like me just such a right, but I have an inbox. I have a home, like a bunch of nesting, searching,
It's all over the place.
you have databases. So there's definitely a big gap between it and Google Docs. So if I want something more simple, I use this.
No, definitely. I agree as well. I think somebody I saw on Twitter called Notion, like if you don't wrangle it properly, it's like a bunch of screaming goats in your face.
Yeah.
It's like there's just so much going on all at once if you're not careful. Like you just get really like information overload a lot of the time. So you're saying this can largely solve that with a simpler interface?
Yeah, definitely.
Sick. So no more yelling goats.
And shows a list of the sidebar with the folders.
Okay, let's see.
So even the folders are responsive.
Mm-hmm.
React to changes. So look at this.
Yeah, nice. That's sick, bro. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to, like, people see that, they're like, oh, you can drag and drop, but they don't understand. They just don't get how insane that is, like on the development side, especially to have it being able to, you're in 2 instances of 2 different browsers and it working so seamlessly.
I'm not gonna lie, the folder itself took me a week for develop.
That's fine. That is fine.
With the drag and drop, an entire week. Like sometimes I develop and we get even depressed. Like you feel stuck, and then all of a sudden, after coding for a while and you understand more and more, you can prompt cursor better. Yeah, you eventually get to a solution. That's why you have to stick. You have to stick with it sometime.
Oh no, for sure. For sure. We're not at that stage yet where it can just kind of one shot, like really good production code is yet. We're like a few years out.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to see?
As of right now, I think we've covered literally everything, man. This was sick. I love this app. Oh, it's even a progressive web app too. Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you
you've
could
thought of everything.
yeah. So instead of visiting the web page every time, you can actually download it.
That is sick.
Using gone now, but there was a download button right here.
Yeah, I know though. The progressive web app install app feature. Was that difficult to implement, like to get that up and running?
No. You just add a few metadata. You have a web manifest, certain icons. People probably not know that about you. Maybe you understand.
Nah, I understand. For the poor viewer.
So you can see the entire manifest right here. Name, short name, the logos. So you'd need this in order for the browser to pick up that you can download the app. A few screenshots as well can help. And then the download button just automatically come up.
Yeah, okay. Bro, I am looking forward to the continued development of Docsurf AI. This is beautiful, bro. Like the fact that within 6 months and completely nuking your code base multiple times, you're able to build out something that's not only functional, but actually has use. This is beautiful, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro. Raheem, where can people find you on the socials?
So on Twitter, you can find me at Raheem81kg. On Instagram, RaheemZXL. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it. Okay, bro. Thank you so much for coming by, showcasing the future of document writing with Docsurf AI. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Doc.